What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about another God Rule Splicer weapon that has been re-released with the Tomb of Elders, Onslaught, and the Revenant axe that we got right here with an all-new origin trait. In the Chroma Rush, we got ourselves the Splicer Surge. Reloading this weapon after dealing damage grants stacking, reload, and handling bonus until stowed. Definitely a good PvE and PvP perk for origin traits in my personal opinion. So let's get into the God roll. So for the PvE side of things, with this thing being a rapid fire frame in both of the realms of Destiny, we're going to build it out for stability and range in my personal opinion, because everything else is feeling pretty good with handling, reload, etc. So that's why I went with small bore with a range masterwork as well, actually, for this, for the PvE realm. Just felt the best so we could actually hit some targets at a little bit farther range than normal, instead of treating this like an SMG with its normal base range. Two options inside of the second column. We got ourselves magazines, the appended version, +6 to the magazine, so not too many shots extra, but we are getting a little extra output for those shots. This is what I would go with though as our number one option, tactical mag, +3 to that magazine, +10 to reload, +5 to stability. We are only getting 3 more shots, but what's the difference between 3 and 6 in this magazine? Really isn't that crazy in my personal opinion, so I like that reload and stability way better to have that as an addition instead of just an extra 3 shots from the appended mag. Third column, first option is subsistence. Really like this. Definitely not too many crazy things for the PvE realm in this third column, but subsistence is pretty good because we get that partial reload after getting those final blows with the weapon. So very solid little perk for overall PvE side of things. Your other option that you can throw on is that final blows with heating up. Give increased accuracy and stability with the vertical recoil, because this thing is that rapid fire frame. It's going to shoot fast, have a little bit more recoil to it, so love having this on as a second option. But subsistence, in my personal opinion, is your best one to use inside of the PvE realm. Fourth column, we got a couple different options. You can really kind of pick and choose with 3 of these, but with one of them is definitely above the pack in all the rest. But Rampage right here, kills with this weapon give us damage increase stacking up to 33%. You can see the numbers down below, but we have a couple different perks that are just like this one. Target lock is your second option in this category, dealing increased longer damage with this weapon. We get a stacking good damage buff that ramps up pretty high in my personal opinion with it, but also just know if you miss shots, high capacity magazines, you're not getting the full bore of this to work. So personally, don't like this as our number one option, but a very good option in general. For me, kinetic tremors is definitely your best option. Subsistence kinetic tremors is absolutely disgusting in my personal opinion. That sustained damage has those shockwaves on targets, and with something like this, it feels very good with the PvE realm. Would definitely choose this as my number one option. Last but certainly not least is Frenzy. When we're in combat, we're gonna get that increased damage handling reload, so not too shabby. 100 reload, 100 handling, and 15 damage increase is pretty juicy in my personal opinion. If you don't get kinetic tremors, Frenzy would probably be my second choice overall for the PvE realm. Like I said, not too many crazy options for this weapon, but kinetic tremor, subsistence, disgusting. Frenzy, also a very good perk. Would probably throw this thing at like a 4.4 out of 5 for the PvE realm. Now, when we move on to the PvP realm, I really like this thing, even though it does struggle with range sometimes. That fast shot on this bad boy feels super good. Melts guardians in my personal opinion, so we're gonna go with small bore again, range and stability on this bad boy with a ranged masterwork, allowing us to melt those guardians at a little bit longer distance, but not too crazy, just because the third, fourth column, be ready for some juice. All right, we got accurized rounds. Like I said, for this second column, we're gonna give ourselves ourselves that plus 10 to range, having range at 52, stability at 63 with how we have this built out without any of the third and fourth column perks getting procced. All right, third column, we got a couple options for sure. Dynamic sway reduction, improved accuracy, stability as you hold down the trigger. So with this, not a bad option, especially if you pair it with my 5 out of 5 for the third column or fourth column, which is that target lock. Killing Wind right here, final blows grant us increased mobility, range, and handling for a short period of time. It feels pretty juicy as well for the Crucible, as long as you are getting those final blows. Last option in the third column is To the Pain. Well, this weapon is equipped. Taking damage gives us increased handling and aim assist. I don't know why I can't talk. That was handling, not handling. I don't know what I'm talking about today. Like I said, little stuffy, little Midwestern boy acting up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big old mumbler. But To Pain, very good option. But I think really between Killing Wind, Dynamic Sway, and To Pain, they're almost all interchangeable out of each other. But Dynamic Sway for me is my #1 choice. I'm gonna give you two options. Target lock is the best option in my personal opinion. Like I said, with that Dynamic Sway target lock, we're gonna be able to absolutely melt Guardians, and one of my favorite perks on auto rifles in my personal opinion for the PvP realm. The second option is Frenzy. Of course, we're getting that juice in handling, reload, and damage just by being in combat. Crucible, this is getting procced basically consistently as long as you're not hiding in the map, crouching around. You know what I'm saying? You know who I'm talking about as well. But Frenzy, very good second option. Target lock is my #1. But again, this thing pretty even for PvP, PvE. I would give this thing probably about a 4.5, maybe even a 4.6 out of 5 for the PvP realm. Feels crispy. Like I said, you can melt Guardians really quick with that TTK getting into proc because of that rapid fire frame. So really love this weapon. Like I said, get to farming those Tomb of Elders, that Onslaught idle weapons. Go get yourselves some tonics so you can get the god roll of this weapon. Also, don't be afraid to like and subscribe. Hit that bell if you have not, so you guys get those notifications on the builds that we are throwing out, as well as the god roll guides. So again, appreciate all you guys as always. We will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.